Today we are taking a look at the Scimitar-horned Oryx by CollectA, released back in 2013 as part of their wildlife collection and still going strong today. This figure really brings elegance and realism together, so let's see what makes it work. First off, the pose here is just fantastic. It's got all four legs in motion, giving the figure this natural walking rhythm. You can almost imagine it moving across the desert. The proportions are lean and balanced, with a proud head posture and that signature neck arch. And then there are the horns, long curved back, detailed with ridged rings that feel sharp but natural. They frame the whole silhouette beautifully. Zooming in, the body sculpt is smooth but not flat. There's a subtle fur texture running along the flanks and ribs with just enough surface detail to suggest movement and anatomy without making the figure look overly busy. Muscle lines are clear under the surface, especially around the shoulder and hip. The legs follow through with good anatomical definition, clean joints, a slight tension in the tendons, and the hooves are well shaped with defined edges and natural positioning. The tail is nicely sculpted too. There's actual flow in its curve, and the hair texture is clear and realistic. And just beneath the tail, there's a small but accurate detail. The underside clearly reflects this as a male individual, which adds a bit of anatomical authenticity that often gets overlooked. From behind, the back has a gentle rise and slope, following the natural arch of the spine. There's a soft contour here that gives the figure a more lifelike stance when viewed from the rear. The neck is slightly arched and thickened, suggesting strength without over-bulking the figure. The head sculpt is sharp, the nose and jaw taper naturally, and the overall facial proportions are clean and believable. The eyes are small but expressive, and the ears flare outward with nice inner texturing. You can feel the alertness in the posture without it being stiff. The horns really bring it home. They are long, arched back, ridged all the way down, and finely tapered at the ends. There's a slight asymmetry between the two, which is a nice touch that adds realism. So altogether, the sculpting and texture work on this figure strike a great balance. It's detailed where it matters, clean where it counts, and lifelike from every viewing angle. The body paint is well done. The reddish brown at the front fades naturally into a soft creamy white across the flanks and back. The transition is smooth and true to the Oryx's real coloring, with no harsh lines or awkward blending. It captures the species' distinctive two-tone coat nicely. The head is a highlight. The dark facial stripes are sharp and symmetrical. The muzzle is clean white, and the subtle shading around the eyes adds just enough depth. And the eyes themselves are glossy and well framed. The horns are painted in a soft matte gray with light dry brushing toward the tips enough to bring out the ridges without overdoing it. The limbs match the body's tone well. Smooth fades, neat hooves, and a bit of shading around the joints for shape. The tail is simple but well painted, with a brown tuft that blends naturally with the sculpt. Overall, the paint job is subtle, clean, and very well thought out. It stays true to the real Scimitar-horned Oryx without overcomplicating the figure. It's not flashy, but that restraint actually works in its favor. And while the paint and sculpt bring this figure to life on the shelf, the real animal behind it has an equally remarkable story. The Scimitar-horned Oryx is technically extinct in the wild. It once roamed the deserts of North Africa in huge herds but vanished due to hunting and habitat loss. Thanks to conservation and reintroduction efforts, it's slowly returning to protected reserves. That sleek body and bright coat aren't just beautiful. They help reflect desert heat. And those long horns, they're not just for show. Oryx use them to defend themselves and establish dominance. Finally, this CollectA figure has great shelf presence, so whether you're into antelope species, desert animals, or just well-made wildlife models, this one deserves a place in your collection. And for me, the CollectA Scimitar-horned Oryx earns a confident 10 out of 10. It's everything you'd want in a hoofed mammal figure. Clean sculpt, accurate pose, and solid paintwork. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Drop a comment if you've got this one on your shelf or on your radar. And as always, see you in the next review.